gonna wanna stick around to the end of this episode.
Don't go anywhere.
Because I'm gonna show you how to make these delicious deviled eggs. Oh, they're so good.
That sounds good. I'll have that.
Quick shout out, I just wanna thank my wife for buying me this awesome apron for Christmas. My stepson Josh bought me that on the air neon sign in the back. I think that's pretty cool. So, deviled eggs, let's get into it. Hey everybody, I'm Dave, you're watching Dave's Taste Buds, and welcome back yet again. I got another great episode for you today. I'm gonna show you how to make the perfect deviled egg. Pretty basic, not a lot to it, but you gotta make sure you get it right. And the first thing you're gonna do is boil your eggs right. You don't wanna boil them, take them off, go to cut them in half to get those delicious yolks out, and they're not cooked all the way. Or they're cooked too much and they're turned a little bit green. You don't want that either. So, here's the technique. You grab yourself a pan, you fill it with water, about enough to get a couple inches above the eggs. You don't even have to start with hot water. You can just turn your water on. You don't want it ice cold. It will just take a little bit longer to boil. Take your eggs, first of all. Vital Farms, thanks again. Not a sponsor, but I like to blow them up. They're so good. There could be a sponsor. Think about it, Vital Farms. We're just gonna drop 6 eggs in here. Easy, easy, easy. Once you got your eggs in the water, you got the flame on, you want to bring it to a boil. As soon as it starts to boil, you just drop the temperature down to a simmer. You let it simmer for 1 minute, and that's it. And all you gotta do then is shut the heat off, take it off the heat, set it on your counter with it covered still, let it sit there for 14 minutes, and then you're just gonna take them out, rinse them under cold water while you crack the shells off, and then your eggs are gonna be ready to go. They're gonna be cool and able to handle, and they're gonna be cooked perfectly. If you missed any of that, rewatch it, or in the description below, I'm gonna write all that stuff down. 14 minutes is the key. Before we go any further though, do me a favor, I need you to subscribe. Look at this statistic, look at this. Now that statistic tells me that a lot of people are watching my videos, but they're not subscribed. It takes 2 seconds, it doesn't cost anything. Hit that little button to subscribe, hit the notification button. Every time I put out a video, it'll come straight to you. It helps support the channel, and I just need you guys to help me out. So do me that favor. And then we're gonna come back, I'm gonna show you how to make these deviled eggs. All right, so sit tight. All right, so I used that perfect cooking method on my hard-boiled eggs, and they came out perfect. So now for the fun part. We're gonna pop the yolks out, mix everything up, put it back into the egg. So good. So let's start with my eggs. What the f? Eggs were in the fridge. Drum roll, let's check them out. Just want to gently drag that knife down. Perfect. Perfect. That was my test one. Perfect. Gotta make sure your eggs are nice and cool. Make sure they're cool. That way it's easy to cut, it's easy to get the yolk out. It's better when they're cool. This is a big one. Wow. There we go. If your knife gets a little dirty, let's give it a little clean. Got that last one. That's another big oval one. Easy. Yolks. Technique. You know what? I think a spoon is better for this. Like this is my first time ever doing this. Spoon. Just get it right in there. Get that yolk. Boom. See you later. Have your pan, not your pan, have your tray that you're gonna put it back into ready. I couldn't find my good pan, so I just ran down the street to Walmart and picked up this cheap plastic thing, but it's gonna serve a purpose. It'll serve its purpose. While I'm doing this, deviled eggs go all the way back to ancient Rome. They used to serve them as like an appetizer, so they were a big deal even back then. Deviled eggs, called deviled eggs, because back then they used to put a little bit of cayenne or whatever they put in there to spice it up. And that's where the name deviled eggs come from, for the spice. Kind of like Fra Diablo.
Hey, nobody cares. Nobody cares.
So, funny thing is, down in the some of the southern states, some of your more religious states, they don't even call them deviled eggs because of the kind of the connotation to the devil himself. They call them stuffed eggs or dressed eggs.
Why are we still talking about this?
There we go. We got all these yolks out. Got our eggs on our tray. Piece of cake. You know what? I'm gonna hold on to that spoon. 6 egg yolks. This is quarter cup mayonnaise. And don't worry guys, I'm gonna have all this down in the description below. So if you need to reference it and don't wanna watch it again, it's in the description below. Mayonnaise. Mustard. You can use yellow, you can use Dijon, you can use a spicy, you could use horseradish mustard, anything you want to do. I'm going to do a little bit of a mix today of yellow and Dijon because I'm getting fancy. Boom. Put that in there. Like I said, like a little bit of finely minced pickles too. I like it. I'm going to throw it in there. Tiny bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. There we go. And that's it. We're just gonna mix this up. Gonna get it to that consistency we want. You know what? Try a fork for this. There we go. Oh yeah. This is just such a staple for any kind of cookout. Anytime you're eating outside in the summer, just grab yourself some eggs, make them up. Delicious. You want to get this mixed, you don't want to get it super mashed. I like mine to still have a little bit of consistency. That's half the reason I like the diced up pickles in there. It gives it that little bit of texture, a little bit of crunch. I got my pastry bag set to go. I'm hoping that the point in the end is open enough so that these pickles fit through. Otherwise, we're just going to be scooping them in with a spoon. Looks pretty good. Pretty good. I'm really hoping this works. The space is pretty big, so I'm hoping these pickles fit through here. But there's no way to know unless we just give it a shot. Pastry bag, again, kind of a cheap, simple pastry bag. Do yourself a favor, just give it a roll. Roll it down a little bit. Not the best pastry bag, but I'm gonna give it a shot. There. We're gonna wanna try to get our mixture as far down in there as we can. That way we don't have to fight with it later on. Scoop. Oh yeah. This is gonna work. This is gonna work. I can't wait to taste these. Now how much mix you're gonna put on top of your egg is really just gonna depend on how much. We should have plenty here. You obviously don't wanna run out, but you don't wanna put too little too. We're gonna give it a shake. We're gonna try to push that mixture down as much as we can. Look at that, there's a rip in the bag too. We got a situation. We got a situation. Let's try to do that. Give it a little twist. I'm gonna put my thumb over that hole and then you just give it a quick little squeeze from the top. I'm gonna pipe it right in. Oh yeah, it's coming out just, oh, come on. Ah, stupid bag. Oh, we're splitting in another part of the bag and another part of the bag. Wow, this bag is a piece of
5 minutes later.
Oh, that's not quite enough, but you know what? It's the best we got for now. I'm gonna take a little bit of this mixture. Just gonna dollop it right on top. That'll be the one that I eat. I'll taste that one. That way, we know that it's good. Let's throw this out of the way for now. Got egg yolk mixture all over my hands. Mess, what a mess. Look at this, mess on my counter, mess on my tray. Wow, you're pissing me off.
I don't know why you insist on making me blow my top.
Okay, here we go. Paprika, this little bit of display for it. Gives it that little pop. Adds a little bit to the taste. Look at that. grandma's house, you know what I mean? Boom, that's it. Deviled eggs, easy. Take that, it's looking real good. Yep. Oh, I love the crunch of the pickles. You can taste a little bit of the mustard, the Dijon's in there. Salt and pepper is perfect. Texture's good. They're nice and cool. They transport you back to the summertime. So good. So, like, certainly subscribe. I got another great video here. I got a group of videos that are great down here. Check them out. Keep watching me. Support the channel. Thanks again, and go cook something.